believe that this judgment offers justice to your client?
Yes, I think it brings to a close a chapter in this whole sordid episode, and hopefully the client can now get on with his life. There are many other people that have been placed on parole that have committed far worse murders. So I think just from the point of view of consistency, I think it's a good judgment, and I think it's fine that he is released on parole because he meets the department's requirements for release.
In terms of the consultation process that takes place, where the families of the affected victims in this case are consulted, we have heard from the Hani family, and of course they've consistently maintained that they believe that your client hasn't been forthcoming with all the full details regarding Hani's death. Has he made any attempt to contact the family?
There have been numerous attempts on his behalf during the parole hearings. And, you must understand that a prisoner can't, on his own initiative, go and contact the victims of the crime or their surviving family. It has to be done through official channels. And the Hani family were previously invited to the parole hearing, and they gave an input. And when he said that he wanted to apologize for what he had done, they then said that they don't accept his apology because it's a self-serving one in the sense that he's merely apologizing in order to get parole. So, we have a situation where I think it came out during the application that notwithstanding his attempts to apologize for what he did, the Hani family has steadfastly refused to accept any apology. And that was one of the legs of our whole argument, was that, well then, how can the minister delay the processing of his parole on the basis that he be afforded the opportunity to apologize when it becomes a form of legal impossibility due to the fact that the Hani family refused to participate in that process.
Well, given the fact that he has now won his appeal bid, will he be making further attempts to apologize to the family?
Look, that process has to be governed in a very sensitive way. You can't have a situation where he, as the offender who is on parole, makes any form of attempt to contact the victim's family, because it could be constituted as some form of harassment. So if the parole authorities wish to make that as a condition of his parole, they would be entitled to say that there must be some form of dialogue, but it's not going to work if one of the parties refuses to participate in that dialogue.
What about the concerns that have been raised over full disclosure? I mean, does your client still believe that he has told everything that there is to tell about the circumstances surrounding Hani's murder?
Well, that's not for me to speculate as to whether there is any other hidden hand in this whole matter. I don't know. It's never been my instructions that there was any greater conspiracy. But for the purposes of parole, this isn't the Truth Commission. The question is, you have a person that is committed or sentenced for a murder that they have committed, and they've served a period of imprisonment, and they are now eligible for placement on parole. So issues of disclosure as to whether there might be other people involved, it's mere speculation. But it's never been my instructions that there has been any other hidden hand involved in this matter.
Julian, what are the conditions for his parole?
Well, they have not yet been set. The judgment today refers the matter back The judge has ordered that he be released on parole in 14 days, but that the matter be referred to the parole board to set his parole conditions.
What are his plans once he is released on parole after this?
I have no idea. I don't have any instructions from him with regard to what he plans to do.
And where is your client currently?
He is incarcerated in Nkosi Mamkuru prison in Pretoria, formerly known as Pretoria Central Prison.
Right, that's where we're going to leave it for now. That was Janusz Walus's lawyer, Julian Knight, giving us his take on the judgment that was delivered in the Pretoria High Court this morning. Of course, that court granting the appeal for parole. As you've heard there, the matter has now been taken back to the parole board to set the necessary conditions for his parole, but the court ordering that in the next 14 days he has to be released.